Have you ever put something on and you just know it's wrong? You know something's off. You know it's not working, but you don't know why. Chances are you might be wearing one of the 20 items on this list. Today, I'm going to break down 20 summer styles that we should all be purging from our wardrobes for spring 2025. Like, these are styles that are going to age you. They're going to date you. They're going to drag down your style. You might not know why they're wrong, but you're going to know intuitively that they're wrong. I'm here to break it down for you in today's video. So welcome if you're new here. My name is Netta. I'm a personal stylist, and my whole goal is to help you build that everyday wardrobe that's going to make you look and feel beautiful every single day, without like yucky, mean-spirited clothes that are going to pull your style down. So that's one of the reasons I create the resources that I do. One of them is my Spring Modern Classics Wardrobe Guide. These are your modern elevated essentials, the pieces that you can like safely and stylishly build a wardrobe around. So I'm going to pop up the link here where you can find that. And then I'm also going to invite you to check out my Style Confidence Club. We are doing a closet edit this week. We are doing body type and color, and we're really going to spend the month of May working on your wardrobes and how to take your wardrobe from this idea into the clothes that you're actually wearing in your everyday life, the clothes that are hanging in your closet, the clothes that you're reaching for daily. So if that sounds like something that's interesting to you and you want to transform your style in a small community with my help, definitely check out Style Confidence Club. Now, I can't wait to get into these 20 items. Now, these items should come with a warning label. These are items that if you have them in your closet, you should pause this video as soon as you hear the name of the item, and you should just run and grab it and put it in the donation bin that I know is already sitting on the floor of your closet. So let's get into it. No time to waste. 20 summer styles that are aging you. The first, I'm going to go there. I don't care if this item is in style or not in style. Okay. So I'm just going to say that some of these pieces are going to be, at times are going to be trendy and other times going to be very dated. Either way, they're not our friend. So I'm going to start with the elephant in the room, the one we're all thinking, the one that's on your mind right now. And it's capris. Especially capris that hit you at the widest part of your calf, and especially if they're tight around the widest part of your calf. Who needs that in their life? Seriously. These need to come with a warning label. These do make you look short. They do make you look stocky. They do make you look boxy. And most of all, they make you look dated. Because unless you're 20 and wearing capris in an uber trendy way, like Hailey Bieber or something, these are going to make us look like, oh, she's over 50. Of course she wears capris. Like, these are just, in some communities, including, here in Central Florida, capris and a tunic are the calling card for any over 50 group. Like, if you don't have them, are you even over 50ing, right? Like, that's kind of what, but these are literally the worst pants. And as someone who lives in the hottest state, pretty much, one of the hottest states in the country, one of the hottest places in the world, I can tell you that those few extra inches at the bottom are not buying you any extra air condition. Instead, try a pair of ankle pants or a pair of slightly cropped pants. You really need to get that length exactly right, or you're not going to look and feel your best in them. Again, you're going to know something is off even if you don't know what it is. So you want that length to be exactly right. I do have a fashion fit formula. It's a proportion measuring system that can really help you get the lengths of your midi skirts and your cropped pants exactly right. Otherwise, the safest bet is to go with an ankle pant, like right around that ankle bone. And then make it a little bit wider legged or a straight leg. That's going to be a much more flattering spring and summertime option. A wide leg linen pant, 10 out of 10. A cropped or a capri that hugs your calf, 0 out of 10, right? Can we just agree to just shelve these forever? I promise you, you can absolutely make it through the summer without capris. I believe in you. I know you can do it. Okay, number 2 is the oversized linen sack dress. I have said no, truly, to several brands that have reached out to me to work with me because they only sell the shapeless sack dress. Often with wide leg linen pants. Now, I'm an advocate for wide leg linen pants, and I'm an advocate for linen and breathable fabrics in general. I love them, but I don't understand why linen brands feel like all linen clothes need to be shapeless and beige. I'm going to get to both of those things in a minute. Shapeless and beige. Like, it's the shapeless beige linen dress. It truly does not work well on anybody. You can even see that the models are cringing a little when they're wearing these. They're like, I know I would look cuter in something else, but I drew the short straw, and I have to wear the linen burlap sack, essentially, is what these look like. So it's the shapeless linen dresses. There are lots of fabulous linen dresses. One of my favorites, I show it all the time, from Quince. If you want a dress that is straight and maybe a little flowy, a little boxy, aka shapeless, needs to be short enough to show your legs, and ideally sleeveless to show your arms, so that you've got a little bit of balance. But like shapeless and knee length or longer, it is a sack. It is a sack, and it's just not flattering on anybody. So belt it, like zhuzh up the sleeves, hem it, do something so that there's a little bit of balance in that outfit. But again, these shapeless linen sacks are coming for us, and I'm just not here for them. Choose a linen dress that really flatters your shape instead, and make it modern, make it stylish, make it chic, not sad and shapeless. Okay, that's it. I'm off on a rant. And the third thing that I think we should all be purging from our wardrobe is basic rubber flip-flops anywhere but the beach. Now, I live like a block from the beach, so rubber flip-flops are the law in Florida. Like, if you don't have rubber flip-flops, they don't even let you cross the state line over from Georgia. Like, you have to have rubber flip-flops, but they're for the beach. They're for the beach. And I know that flip-flops are kind of trendy again, which is fabulous, but I don't feel like flip-flops are running errands shoes or whatever, doing everyday life shoes. They're just not. They're beach shoes. So if you love your rubber flip-flops, may I encourage you to get a pair of sleek leather or faux leather flip-flops instead, and switch them out. It's just an easy little upgrade that's going to really elevate your style. I'm going to say that if you're still wearing the black platform chunky rubber flip-flops, I would implore, beg you to update them with something a little bit more modern. Again, you can do a sleek leather flip-flop. I'm seeing those everywhere, from Target to Tiki's and like more expensive brand. You can get leather flat sandals from brands like Beaks. Everybody has a great pair of leather, like thong sandals or flat sandals. You can even do a pair of Birkenstocks. If you're a Birkenstock person, they are absolutely trendy right now, but just not the rubber flip-flops off the beach. I'm telling you this as your friend. Now, if you're going for that pair of leather flip-flops, you want to go for a nude or a neutral or a metallic, and they'll go with everything. Okay, next, sleeveless dresses with gaping armholes. What is up with the gargantuan armholes? I don't get what they're doing. I mean, I understand that I'm petite, and so some of these dresses are not sized for petites, and so the armholes are going to be big enough to step in and out of, but we don't want to wear clothes that don't fit us well, or the fit is so off that it just doesn't look it just doesn't look its best. So sleeveless dresses with gaping armholes are just not your friend. They look shapeless, they look oversized, they look what's the opposite of elevated? They look like cheap, because it looks like it doesn't fit you properly, and it's definitely not flattering. So if you're constantly adjusting or showing your undergarments, the fit is off. A well-cut sleeveless dress should support and flatter. The armholes should fit your armholes, and you're going to get a much better look. I see this all the time, and I'm seeing now brands like Free People, and granted, again, these are probably clothes that are designed for 20-year-olds, that are making like this shapeless jumpsuits with the huge, they almost look like overalls. That's a totally different look, and if that's your look, I get it. But for a regular dress, you don't want an armhole that is so wide that you're gonna have to wear a tank top underneath it, just to avoid indecent exposure. Okay, number 5, cutesy graphic tees and slogans. Oh, this is a pet peeve of mine. It's a pet peeve of mine, because these are coming for us. They're coming for us because they're aimed specifically at us. They've got quotes like "over 50 and fabulous." I saw one, "too glam to give a." I mean, wine o'clock. No. These are so bad. They're so bad. They're so kitschy and chintzy and just not cute enough for you. Like, you are so stinking cute, and these shirts are going to pull down your style and make you look dated, make you look they just point out of style, out of they're anything and everything that's wrong, all the bad words of style. That's what these shirts are, and they're just really a mistake and a disaster. May I encourage you instead to find a cool graphic tee? There are so many of them. Brands like Bowden do them well. J. Crew does them well. There are a lot of Anine Bing. There are a lot of great graphic tees. Like, just look at Nordstrom and look at some of the graphic tees, and maybe it can say something like sun, or it can say Paris, or it can, it's a cliche, but whatever, or it can just have a cool motif on it. Maybe it's a vintage band tee. Like, there are some great graphic tees, and there's a resurgence. They're back. Graphic tees are back, but these are not how we do it. So I'm gonna have a catalog link to this. Of course, I'm not going to put the bad things in. I'm just going to put the good things in, so that I don't steer you wrong. Only good things, only cute things in my catalogs. Okay, next is the outdated sunglasses. So one of the things I'm saying, and I see, again, I live in Florida, so we see sunglasses a lot here, right? These are the wraparound style sunglasses, the sporty wraparound styles, the ones with the really tiny frames from a couple of years ago that never looked good on anyone to begin with, and then the really, really embellished sunglasses, the ones with just a lot going on. I saw a pair that looked like a flamingo, like it was a flamingo there's a difference between novelty pieces and like things that are so kitschy that they're just not stylish, they're not chic, they're not elevated, they're not anything. So you really want to make sure that your sunglasses are sleek and simple and modern, and you can get them anywhere. You can get them from Amazon or Loft, J. Crew, any H&M, Target, wherever you shop. You go into one of those stores, you're going to find modern sunglasses. Choose a pair that suits you, suits your face shape. I've done videos on glasses and face shape. Let me know if you want me to do another one. Suits your lifestyle, and is affordable enough that you'll put it on and wear it all the time. And consider investing in new sunglasses here and there, because they're an easy update, and they just make us look fabulous. So the right pair of sunglasses are just such an instant elevator of your style, add instant glam, instant sophistication. The wrong sunglasses have exactly the opposite effect. Okay, I'm going to go into dicey territory here. Dicey because a lot of people love this, and dicey because they're so bad. But these are heavily distressed or blingy denim shorts, and I'm going to add jeans. Blingy denim and heavily distressed denim shorts and jeans. So we're talking about the back pockets, we're talking about the distressing, we're talking about the whiskering, we're talking about the heavy top stitching, we're talking about the heavy flap pockets, we're talking about the details that have not been in style since 2013 or something, but we're still seeing them, and brands are still selling them. So maybe they've got really thick and heavy white top stitching or yellow top stitching. Maybe it's the embellishments and the bling and all of that. I've talked about this in the past. If you want a pair of embellished jeans, because that is a trend, they do not look like they did in 2013. They are not dark blue with white strips across the front and lots of crystals on the back pocket. That's not what a current pair of embellished jeans looks like. So if you want a current pair of embellished jeans, look at a site like Revolve, where everything is really contemporary, really modern, and really trendy. Look at what the embellished jeans and I'm going to pop up a couple of modern embellished jeans. Look at what the embellished jeans look like at stores like that, and maybe find one in your price point. But it's not going to be the Miss Me jeans from 2013 or whatever they are. So and then it's even worse on the shorts. I'm seeing it even more on the shorts. They are often tight, they're cuffed, they're a little bit too short, and then they've got the whiskering, the distressing, the top stitching, and the jewels all on one relatively small garment, and it's just, those are not your friends. They're not your friends. So denim shorts and jeans this season should be straight to wide. Shorts should hit you at the mid-thigh, not too long, not too short, and they should be straighter, like not tight, and simple. So jeans and pants, jeans and shorts, same, like simple, straighter, good length. That's what we're looking for, not these, whatever these are. Okay, next, ill-fitting bras. If it's been a minute since you've had a bra measure, like a bra fitting, it's time. So I really think that over 50 we should be getting a bra fitting every year, at the most every 2 years if you've got a fuller bust. If you're a C cup or higher like me, you need a bra fitting every year. There are brands that will do online bra fittings. I've had mixed feedback from clients about some of these brands, but in general most of them do a really good job. They can look at you and like on Zoom and tell you what bra, and then they recommend bras for you. You order those bras, many of them, you order the bras, they do a follow-up service where you try on the bras and they give you a thumbs up, thumbs down, and tell you what works and what doesn't work. So virtual bra fittings are a great idea for those of you like me who don't have a great resource in your town to get a bra fitting. Soma does really good bra fittings. Victoria's Secret very much depends on who is doing the fitting for you. If you've got a specialty lingerie or bra boutique in your town, I've often been to Intimacy in Chicago. I don't even know if they're still there, but they did a great job. I had my last bra fitting when I was in Chicago was there. And so you want to find a place that will do a good bra fitting for you. Now, worst case scenario, you don't want to do it online and you don't have a place that you can go to your tailor and just find the bra. I'll link some bra fitting instructions. Go to your tailor. They can do a bra fitting for you. It's not that hard, but it really does help to have someone else do it for you. Okay, so you want a good fitting bra because 95% of our style problems can be fixed by putting everything back into place. Like if your bust is where it should be, everything is going to look more expensive, more elegant, more elevated, more stylish, more chic, like it fits you better, all the things. Again, this is primarily for those of us who really do need that support. A worn out or ill-fitting bra, especially under thin clothes, can ruin the whole look. Get fitted and upgrade. Instant upgrade. Upgrades all of your outfits. Okay, I need to move along. Number 9, these are, I'm going to say, washed out neutrals. Beige neutrals if you're not beige. So there are beige ladies, and I'm just going to call them beige ladies because I truly envy them. They are soft ladies. They've got soft coloring. Jennifer Aniston, Blake Lively, these are 2 ladies with soft coloring that look fabulous in beige. Why? Because they've got the medium muted tones in their own coloring, and beige is medium and muted, and they just look amazing beige. They look elegant in beige. These are the ladies that pull off the old money beige aesthetic really, really well. Now, for those of us who are a lot lighter or a lot darker, beige is not our friend, and wearing layers and layers and layers of beige, especially diaphanous beige, especially shapeless beige, especially like Eileen Fisher long over loose or loose over loose layers of beige, is not going to be our friend. So for those of us who do not have that soft coloring, consider another neutral as your summertime neutral. I'm going to advocate for white, ivory cream, your version of white. Insert your version of white here. It's a fabulous neutral. It's really going to brighten your appearance rather than detract from it. And what we don't want is the color draining from our faces because we're wearing beige when we have no business wearing beige. And I'm saying this again as someone who loves beige and wishes they could wear it. So it's a little bit of jealousy here, but truly many of us don't look good in beige. And if you don't look good in beige, find another light neutral to base your spring summertime wardrobe around. Beige and grayish can make you look tired, and especially in the harsh light of summer. Add a little warmth or color near your face. Coral, turquoise, white, like if you've got something beige that you absolutely love and can't part with, maybe add a layer on top of it, maybe add a necklace or a scarf close to your face, add a little more makeup to make it work a little bit better. Okay, number 10. I'm going to go back to shorts for a second. Short shorts and long shorts. Short shorts and long shorts. These are shorts that are like indecent exposure short, and then shorts that are so long that they might as well be capris. And you know how I feel about capris. So both of those styles are going to look off for various reasons. So if you are tugging at the hem or feel exposed, you're not going to feel confident in short shorts. Just feel like, first of all, they're not modern. They're not in style right now unless you're 12 or 19 like my daughters. They're not really in style. They're not modern classics at all. They're not elevated, they're not elegant looking, and they look off in the sense that they look like just incongruous, I think, with what the rest of our outfits are going to look like. So I just feel like we just want to pass on the really short shorts. Also, very few women feel really comfortable with everything hanging out. I just feel like we want to be able to forget about our shorts and get on with our day, and not be so hyper focused on whether anything is like whether we're showing too much. Now, the opposite extreme is also true. Long shorts are really leg shortening. The longer your shorts, the shorter your legs. The longer your shorts, the shorter your legs. And truly, if you're very tall and have long, slim legs, you can get away with longer shorts. But for the rest of us, for most of us, longer shorts are going to be really, really hard. So you really are looking for, again, a mid-thigh short that is straighter, that is simple, that is not skin tight. That's going to be your best bet. It's the most modern short silhouette. This is what's happening in shorts right now. Okay, next, shiny or synthetic fabrics. So I love shine, and I feel like shine is definitely a lot more modern than sparkle most of the time. But we have to be careful with shine, and we have to be careful with certain synthetic fabric because they can deflect light, especially in the summer, or reflect light in a way that can be not flattering, like it can show everything and just not be appealing. So they also can be, most of these are synthetics and can make us feel like we're wearing saran wrap or whatever, and we're going to be sweating. So like, you want breathable fabrics for the most part that are summer and warm weather friendly. However, if you're looking for shiny pieces, you want to make sure that like your party top, maybe your shiny top, I do love like a lame top or a sparkly top or whatever. You just want to make sure that they're very modern silhouettes and that you're maybe not wearing them like at noon on a random Tuesday. Those are evening tops and they work for evening. But we need to be careful with the synthetic fabrics and the uber shiny clothes. Okay, next, out of style jeans. I kind of alluded to this before, but I was talking before about the details like the whiskering, the distressing, the embellishment. Now I want to talk about silhouettes. And, whether or not skinny jeans take hold, straight jeans are always going to be in style and are always going to be flattering on most women most of the time. So you want a skinny, a wide leg, or a boot cut style jean. That's going a flare style jean. Those are the modern silhouettes that we're seeing in style right now. If a skinny truly does suit you, just know that you need to buy a new skinny, because the skinnies from 10 years ago are not the skinnies we're seeing in stores right now. They do not hug your ankle and your calf like the old skinnies do, and they're very, very simple and they're very clean. So if you're drawn to skinnies, consider a slim, straight style instead. And really, the old skinny jeans that are faded that you used to wear with the old booties with the stacked heel, stacked wooden heels and the round toes, and we would cuff them or we would tuck them in and we didn't know which to do. Like, those are gone, are long gone, and definitely need to be updated in your wardrobe. Now, it's the jeans that are fitted all the way down, often with a little distressing, but not always. They're just skin tight all the way down. They almost look like leggings. Those are absolutely ones that we need to get rid of. The cut of the old flares and boot cuts and old skinny jeans are going to date them. We really do, unless it was a very simple, very classic style, we really do need to update our denim from time to time, and you can update it affordably anywhere from Old Navy and H&M all the way up to, a Goldie, Mother, Frame, Rag & Bone. Like, there's a denim option and a denim update for every budget. Okay, next, baggy printed tunics. I say this all the time, but I'm going to keep saying it because I keep seeing them. Baggy printed tunics. These are long tops with splashy patterns on them. The patterns are big, they're dated, they're not your friend. And so you really want to avoid tunics that have huge patterns on them. Now, I've said before that there are boho tunics and preppy tunics that can work for different personal styles, but they're not oversized and they're not polyester and they don't have a dated print on them. So it's really specifically these oversized polyester printed tunics that I'm primarily talking about. However, I will say some of them are also knits, like t-shirts, but they're oversized and they're printed. You have to approach tunics carefully, no matter whether or not they're modern. You need to approach them with caution because they will shorten your legs, and they can look frumpy. They can look frumpy. I'm going to pop up like an example. These tops just really need to be tucked. They really need it. If you're going to if like you've got a favorite tunic that you're like, Netta's not going to pry this out of my hands, try tucking it in. I will tell you 10 times out of 10, it's going to look better. It's going to look more modern. Or hem it, like if you love it so much. But long, polyester, and printed, not our friends. Okay, next, the floral printed tees. I've said this, tees with prints on them. There are two acceptable prints for tees, really. Maybe you could do a solid leopard print, but otherwise it's a stripe and it's a graphic tee. That's it. All other prints should be solid. They should all be solid. They should not have these weird mumsy floral prints on them. I don't know what they're doing with these, but they're horrible. They're very dated. They're very frumpy. They're not even dated because they truly were never in style. These are shirts that are just made for mature women, and they get cutesier and cutesier the more mature that we get. They're like, oh, she's 60 now. Let's put teddy bears on it. Oh, she's 70. The teddy bears are now like holding hands with the bunny rabbits and traipsing through the forest. Like, come on. Like, it's really absurd. So we want to skip the printed tees. If you're looking at a printed tee, check with me. Just pop into one of my Facebook groups. I have them linked in the description box. Pop into one of my Facebook groups and say, Netta, is this printed tee okay? And I'll tell you. I'll give you an honest answer because that's what I'm here for. I'm your fashion friend. So printed tees are not your friend. They're not your friend. And again, you want a striped tee? Fabulous. You want a graphic tee? Awesome. As long as it doesn't say wine not on it. But what you don't want is a tee with some cutesy or floral print on it. Okay. Next, too much jewelry all at once. We know you've got great jewelry. We know you've got great pieces. We don't need to see them all displayed on your body as if your body is a jewelry box, right? Like I see this sometimes where there's multiple rings, but there's not really a rhyme or reason why they're not layered rings. They're not stacking rings. They're just all the rings worn at one time with all of the bracelets and watches and jewelry, arm candy that we've been collecting over our lifetime, worn at one time. Like a necklace, maybe a couple of layered necklaces, all worn at one time, and then fun earrings. That's just way too much. And does not look modern. Now we're seeing a return to statement jewelry and statement pieces, but we're not seeing a statement with statement. If you have really creative, eclectic style and you're a maximalist, you can pull this off, but you need to know what you're doing. Like I always mention Iris Apfel, but I was also talking recently in a workshop about someone like Tracy Ellis Ross or whatever. Someone with really creative style can absolutely layer and do, tons of rings, tons of bracelets, tons of necklaces, and big earrings. But there's a balance there. It's the difference between me just adding multiple seasonings to a dish and fingers crossed hoping it all comes together, and someone like, I don't know, Wolfgang Puck adding multiple seasonings to a dish, and he knows what he's doing. So it's really like, if you've got that artistic flair, that eye for it, go for it. The rest of us, like, pick a statement and then keep the rest of the jewelry look simple. Okay, I need to go get moving. The next thing I'm going to talk about is splashy floral prints on dresses and swimwear. They lose their minds. When we get to dresses and swimwear, they lose their minds. I don't know what's going on, but if you want an example, anytime I'm trying to do a video on prints and I talk about bad prints, and I talk about them a lot, and here I'm wearing like a super creative and modern print, but anytime I talk about dated prints, bad prints, like the splashy prints that are aimed at women over 50, I turn to bathing suits for my worst examples because they are atrocious. It's something like they lose their minds when they're creating a swim dress for an over 50 woman. They're like, let's put floral florals everywhere, and let's make sure the florals look like they were pulled straight from, 2003. Like, what in the world? I do not know what's going on with them, but it's the sundresses and the swimsuits and the splashy floral, loud floral prints that we should absolutely skip. Are there good florals? Yes. And I actually am going to do a swimwear catalog, and I'm going to share some of the good floral patterns that are out there, but they are never, just like if you're shopping from Land's End for your bathing suits, you're shopping from any brand that is either featuring, swimsuits for all, aimed at either mature women, or if it's aimed at a wide size range, just skip the prints from those brands. Skip the florals. Skip the florals from those brands. If you're going to do a print, make it very simple, like a stripe or a dot or whatever. But skip the florals from those brands, please. Same with sundresses. They're not our friends. Okay, next, tankinis and swim dresses. You know I was going to go here. A tankini should look like a one-piece bathing suit, but in two pieces. That's a modern tankini. Tankinis are dated. They have not been in style for a really long time, and nothing signals mature bathing suit like a tankini or a swim dress. And we know we're mature. It's not like we're trying to look 20, but at the same time we want a suit that looks modern, and these just don't look modern. So a swim dress and a tankini, there are so many better options. So I'm going to show a before and after, a good and a bad tankini. If you're hard to fit, you wear different sizes on the top and the bottom, but you still want the coverage of a one piece, a tankini should really look like a one piece but in two pieces. So the top and the bottom should be the same. And that's the only way to wear a tankini. But a tankini where it looks like it's obviously a tankini has not been in style since, I want to say, 2004. I don't know. It's been a long time. So choose tankinis very carefully. Swim dresses, there is no such thing as a good swim dress, almost never. I've seen like maybe 2 good swim dresses, and they only look good because they were on the models. But like, swim dresses are just hard. So instead, pick a sleek one-piece bathing suit and add a wrap. A pareo, sarong, a pair of breezy linen pants. You're going to be the most stylish woman at the beach. You do not need a swim dress. Trust me. I can't think of a single example or a single situation where a swim dress is mandatory. It just isn't. Now, if you're doing something really athletic, there are athletic suits. If you're doing something like lounging, like I like to do, there are lounging suits. So choose accordingly. But neither of those examples necessitate either a tankini or a swim dress. I've said my piece. Okay, Gladiator Sandals. These are not in style. They've not been in style in a really long time, and I'm still seeing them. Like, especially Gladiator sandals that climb up the leg, with all the multiple straps on them. These have not been in style, I don't know, in a good 5 to 7 years. And I still see them, like the Gladiator sandals or the sandals that cover most of your foot, except they're just peep toe. Totally not in style. Have not been in style for a long time. They look fussy and overdone. They also can visually shorten your legs, so that's a negative about them. If they're close to a color of your skin, they're not going to shorten your legs as much, but either way, they're out of style, they're dated, they've been out of style for a long time. So definitely let's pass on the Gladiator sandals. Okay, next style I want to talk about is the hiking shoe when you're not hiking. The Tevas when you're not hiking. So comfort sandals like Tevas that have the rubber or foam soles, and then they have the canvas straps and the Velcro on top, those are for hiking and only for hiking. They're not for hiking through the farmer's market. They're not for hiking through the mall. They're not for hiking through your neighborhood to walk your dog. They are just for like mountainy places, right? And places where you do sporty things. And they're not for regular wear. And I will say, even Tevas, like they've come a long way. Well, not a long way. They've come a short way. They're still not cute. Brands like Sorel are my favorites for those types of hiking sandals. But instead, find a comfortable sandal that's also stylish. Maybe it's Nayat has, I think it's called the Santa Barbara slide, which is their answer to a Birkenstock. Maybe it's a Birkenstock. Maybe it's a Mephisto. All of these brands with the comfort footbeds, but they're trendy right now. That's the way to go. That's your new comfort sandal. It's not the Teva. It's not the canvas straps. It's not the Velcro. Those are not your friend. They're not your friend. My feeling is a comfort sandal comfort shoe should really be a sneaker, but if you're looking for a sandal in the summer, then you want either a leather flip-flop or you want something like the Birkenstocks or the Mephistos. Those are going to be our new comfort sandals, but let's just not do the Tevas unless we're hiking. Okay, finally, out of style trendy tops. So if one of the things to look at when you're purging your wardrobe is, do you have trendy tops that are 3 to 5 years old, especially 5 years old or older? A top that was a trend top 5 years ago is not a trend top anymore. And so this is going to take out things like the cold shoulder tops that many of you are still holding on to. Cold shoulder tops have not been in style for a really long time. Every now and then I'll see one show up in a modern brand, but it always looks different than the way that we saw them in the past, and they're just not what they used to look like. So you want to avoid the cold shoulder tops. You want to purge those from your closet, and you want to avoid anything that was trendy a few years ago. This is going to include heavily embellished tops that have like beading and jewels on them that make them look like necklaces. It's going to include the ones that look like they were pleated and in the middle it's white. You know what I'm talking about? It's going to include the bib style shirts from a couple of years ago. I'm going to pop up a couple of formerly trendy shirts that may be lurking in your closet, ready to take down your style. And that's it. 20 things, and again, this was a marathon video, 20 things that are hiding in your closet that are ready to take down your style. My goal here is to not make anybody feel bad about what they may have in their closets. It's very easy for us to find dated pieces in our closets. We just get busy and life just goes fast. But I want to draw your attention to pieces that may be making you feel off. You may be wearing them and you know something's wrong, but you don't know what's wrong. And so I'm here to tell you what's wrong and how to make it right, how to find more flattering, more modern, and more stylish options to bring into your wardrobe. So if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a like and subscribe so you can keep hanging out. And then join me if you feel like after watching this list you need a closet edit more than ever. Join me for the closet edit. It's not too late. Would love to have you. Love you guys. I'll see you in the next one.